What do you want to do with your website, download the software. You have to log in as me. Download the software and install it, and I can walk What's he doing over there?
She wanted to know if he could film some of the band.
Film someone in the band?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
guy said it was okay.
There's no reason he couldn't, except for the fact he physically can't spin his camera that way.
Yeah.
I do think, though, that you or Keenan should be getting band shots tonight when you can during timeouts and stuff, since we've got a band tonight for the first time in forever.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be able to do it, because... Oh, maybe. Look at that. Maybe. Look at that. There. 8:30.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, I just texted you. Could you send me a picture of what you're looking at and we'll get that all set? Just easier. Did you hit automate? Okay. Um, what? So you've automated it though in the score software. So you've automated it in score software. But let's double check and make sure on the desktop is there a document called Sportscast on the desktop of the computer? Because when you put that in, it should have created one in the desktop. Hello and welcome to Fort Vancouver High School for Greater St. Helens League basketball. Tonight, the Fort Vancouver Trappers host the Eagles of Hudson's Bay High School in a Greater St. Helens League crosstown rivalry. I'm on the air. So we are doing our starting lineups here. My name is Nick Vole. I'll be going with you solo tonight. Love watching these crosstown rivals get at it. Tonight you can see Hudson's Bay comes in at 4-5, 2-5 in league, coming off a great stretch of basketball over the last several years, including a deep run in the state playoffs last year, reloading this year under new coach Alexis Gleason. Fort Vancouver having a fun year so far, 3-8. They just got their first league win in 10 years last week. Very exciting moment for these young ladies, for Coach Arlisa Hinton, who's got a pretty talented squad this year. Young and hungry and ready to beat their crosstown rivals, Hudson's Bay. So you see April Cruz coming out there on your screen, the 5'6" junior point guard. Trian Clark there. Molly Malone here, coming out, the sophomore 5'5" small forward. Natalie Weinmaster, the sophomore center. And last but not least, Georgiana Calamafone, another tall player, listed as a center. So we got two centers in the starting lineup tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, Natalie Weinmaster might be related to one of our camera operators tonight. So see if we get some close-up shots from brother to sister or cousin to cousin. I got to get in the details of their relationship here. We are just about ready for the tip. We're gonna see, it looks like Trian Clark, I'm trying to get a number here, versus I think Alana Stevens is gonna have the jump. Official having a word with the crowd real quick, just chatting up, ready to go. We're gonna lose, well, here we go. We are off, and Fort Vancouver wins the tap. So we are working on our graphics tonight. There's a bit of a connection issue between our clock and our graphics, so we're gonna run it manually. So the clock's not gonna be accurate for you for a while here, but we will keep the score accurate on screen. Fort Vancouver starts with a miss. Hudson's Bay with a banker, no good. Offensive rebound, that ball is no good, and Fort comes down with it. Georgiana Calamafone with the rebound, and she is stripped from behind. Devin Johnson-Brown kicks it out to Promise Bond. She's got the jumper. That's partially blocked, and the Trappers have it. We got a 3-on-2 break if they push. And there's a foul. A good bit of aggressive play out of April Cruz there, taking it hard to the basket. It's that old rule in basketball, make them stop you, and they never stopped the ball, so she went straight to the basket and drew the foul. And the first one is off the glass. So one more here for Cruz. See if she can get Fort on the scoreboard first here. If she does, she'll have my favorite basketball score of any game, which is 1-0, but she cannot get it. And there's a jump ball. Looked like Natalie Weinmaster didn't box out quite well enough. The Fort player, Alana Stevens, kind of went over around her and grabbed that ball to force the jump, and Hudson's Bay has possession. Here comes Devin Johnson-Brown bringing up the ball, watching her in warm-ups. Really nice shooting stroke for the senior. Little pump fake. Back out to Johnson-Brown. And that ball is deflected. A pretty tough zone right here for Fort Vancouver. Hudson's Bay trying to figure out how to get into the middle of it. No luck yet. Promise Bond with the inbounds pass here. The ball is kicked out. Alana Stevens takes it hard to the basket. Scoop, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up soft, no good again. And Weinmaster comes down with the rebound. Excuse me, Kalamafong got that board. And here comes April Cruz. Ten count, wow. Cruz so busy barking out the orders, the play call, didn't realize she hadn't passed half court just yet. So Bay with the inbounds here. Johnson Brown out to Bond, back to Johnson Brown. She's got the open shot, shoots it. You can see that nice form. This one's off the back iron. Fort comes down with the rebound. And Weinmaster draws the foul. So Stevens draws that foul. That's her first. Nice looking jump shot there. Oh, just off the back iron. Trian Clark, a real jump shot there. She came down hard on her elbow. She's rubbing it now. That's kind of one of those tough plays because the defender has to allow her to land. She didn't have any space to land, and that's also a hard foul to call as the official because that happens a lot, especially in high school basketball. It's actually one of my pet peeves with high school basketball. There's a jump shot. Cruz, no good, is the idea that you have to box out the jump shooter immediately after they shoot, which usually means they have no place to land. Good fight inside, and that ball's going to stay on this end. So great offensive rebounding between the Twin Towers with Kalamafong and Weinmaster, but equally good defense on the interior by Hudson's Bay. Here's the inbound to Weinmaster. That ball's on the ground. She gets it back. Another jump ball. This one's going to go Fort's way. So still a scoreless game, over 2 minutes into this game. Some tough interior defense from both teams. There's a jumper from Cruz. That ball's short. Looks like that one was off Kalamafong, and that's going to be Hudson's Bay basketball. So a contrast in coaching here, as I mentioned. Orlisa Hinton, been here with Fort Vancouver about 10 years. Alexis Gleason in her first year, she's taking over from Michael Rainville, who had that great end-of-career run there with some really excellent Hudson's Bay teams and now retired. Great scoop inside. That ball comes up short. Stevens with another good little scoop move. This one comes up short, though. And here comes the Trappers. Ball kicks out a wide open Cruz. That ball is long. And the Trappers come down with it. Molly Malone with the board. Looks like a shot clock violation. So 3 minutes gone here, no baskets. Hudson's Bay looking to break that. Gets it inside, great little seal, and that's a basket. Miranda Gonzalez with the hoop. Great job sealing off her man, and an excellent entry pass there from Devin Johnson-Brown. Put her right in the right spot to lead her to the basket. Good move by Cruz. Turned that corner and got what she wanted to get. Drew the foul on Promise Bond. So 2-0 Hudson's Bay here. Kicks it out to Cruz. Deep two off the back iron. Rebound Bay. They've got a man out if they can get it there. Doesn't look like they could. Shakira Gonzalez didn't have the angle to make that pass ahead. Bond with a good pump fake. She shoots that floater long. Fort Vancouver comes down with it now. Trap in the corner. That's going to be a tough one to get out of. Johnson Brown nearly comes up with a steal, but taps it out of bounds. great shot there of that Fort Vancouver cheer squad. And checking into the game now for Fort is Athiana Gormley, excuse me. And that ball off Bay. This trap proving pretty difficult for the Trappers to break here. They do get it inbounds, nearly an over and back. Just got her feet on their side. Jalea Ewing in the game now for Fort Vancouver. Trian Clark long on the jumper from the corner. She's got a bit of a limp. I don't know if it's from the earlier collision, but she has the look of somebody who's shot a lot of jump shots in her life, and I expect to see some makes here tonight. So a Bay turnover. So Ewing right in and right out. Here comes Kalamafone right back in the game. Hudson's Bay with the steal now. And they slow it down here. Trappers a little bit slow to get back. Clark hanging out in the backcourt. There's a three off the back iron. Good little tap. Way to follow your shot there. Miranda Gonzalez off the back iron, taps it over to Stevens, and she drops it in. A good bit of free safety there out of Johnson Brown, breaking up that long pass. Here's Stevens. She kicks it out to the corner. There's another three from Bay. That's way short. Winemaster with the rebound. She gets tied up. So three jump balls so far. But that's going to stay on this side. So Johnson Brown looking to inbound. Drops it deep to Bond. Bond with the floater again. This one off the back of the, off the backboard. Gormley loses the handle there, but it'll remain Trappers' ball. Another substitution for Hudson's Bay here. Now into the game, Emma Mady, senior center. Gormley trying to make the pass, deflected again. One thing you're definitely seeing out of this Hudson's Bay squad is some pressure defense. Gonzalez there all up on the ball handler, gets the deflection. Makes a run at that one, but pulls back wisely. And here's Gormley. Just good pressure defense, making her earn it. She kicks it out nearly over and back, but Cruz managed to corral it. And that's a shot clock violation. So again, that great pressure defense from Hudson's Bay forces a turnover. I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, Kalamafone was 20 feet from the basket. Not a lot of opportunities for shots there even. So we are at our first timeout. It is 4-0 Hudson's Bay. Looking like a team that wants to get back into that playoff hunt. 2A Greater St. Helens League. It's a tough league, so, you know, it could be difficult to have a down year and get in the playoffs like you might want. Again, there's that Trap Cheer squad doing their thing. It is a tight gym here at Fort Vancouver. Not as much room as some of the other gyms along that baseline. You can see they're pretty efficient in cramming themselves in there. You may have noticed in the background here these nice red bleachers. If you haven't been to a Fort Vancouver game in a couple of years, those bleachers replaced the old bleachers, which probably had been here since the school opened, I'll be honest with you, the old wooden ones. These red bleachers and the bleachers over at Hudson's Bay High School, courtesy of the bond measure passed by voters a couple of years ago. So kind of one of those great advantages of that bond measure is some improved facilities here at Fort and at Hudson's Bay in the gymnasiums. So here comes Hudson's Bay. Johnson Brown getting some last-minute instructions from Coach Gleason. A 2-1-2 zone, or a 2-3 zone, excuse me, from Fort. That ball, wild cross-court pass. Here's Johnson Brown for three. There's that beautiful release, but that one comes up short. It's going to be Fort Vancouver ball. So they're getting the shots they want. They just haven't had a chance to knock them down yet. Really efficient press breaking right there out of the Trappers. There's Gormley. Oh, nearly a little bit of miscommunication, but she corrals it. There's Cruz with the long two-pointer. That's good. April Cruz gets her feet set and splashes one. Cutting that lead in half, 4-2. Brown inside, just a bit too much mustard there. Stevens can jump, but she can't jump quite that high. Kind of excited tonight. This is our first broadcast from Fort for basketball this year. We've got a pretty good crew tonight, mixed between Fort Vancouver, Hudson's Bay, and Skyview students. Great move from Stevens. Sells the fake on the out pass, does that little Euro step across the lane and drops it in nice and easy. 6-2 Hudson's Bay. Clark brings it past the half-court line up to Gormley. We got an errant pass on a Winemaster is going to go ahead and hit the scorer's table, but that's a tough position for her to be in. She's a big, and we get them the ball out beyond that three-point line, especially if dribbling's not their thing. It can be a tough position to put them in. So here's Promise Bond. The entry pass, that ball's taken away, and yeah, Cruz comes up with it. She's going one-on-two, kicks it out to Gormley, or tries to. That ball's tapped. Cruz with the hustle play. I can see why she's wearing those knee pads. She doesn't mind getting down on the floor after those loose balls. So another jump ball. I believe it's our fourth of the night, maybe fifth even. It's going to stay on this end of the court. There's the inbound. Ball's tapped away. It's going to stay here. So 35 seconds left here in the first period. A low-scoring affair, but see if we can break out of that. Here's the inbound triple team out to Clark with that sweet shot. That ball's long. Good bit of rebound from Cruz. Here's Gormley with the pump fake. Oh, killer pump fake. She stops and pops, and that's good. Athena Gormley with a splash from 15. Great inbounds pass. Stevens goes up, she's hammered, no call. Long pass, will it get there? It does. Clark with this crossover move, she's fouled. Looks like that one's gonna be on the floor. So 4-6 Eagles. There's a replay. Watch this, pump fake, gets it, drops it. So Gormley there with the nice move. So 8.7 seconds left. Trappers looking to tie this one up at the end of the first. Pump fake. That ball's blocked out of bounds with 2.6 seconds left. So one more opportunity here for Fort. Gormley pushing Clark out of there. She wants to inbound it. Great little interior pass, but she's gonna get it up. Not quite. So at the end of one, Hudson's Bay leads 6-4 over the Trappers of Fort Vancouver. This crosstown rivalry, every bit as fierce as you might think. Some great defense coming out here. And you can see right here coming across the court, that Fort Vancouver flag. Cheer squad giving it all they've got. We've got the band here tonight. I love to hear that. Our camera operators don't because they have trouble hearing the director, but that's a small sacrifice. Hey, if you are on Twitter, so are we, at VPS Game Time. We love to tweet out our schedule. We like to tweet out good sports news from around our area. And you know, if you follow us, there's a pretty good chance we might follow you back. At VPS Game Time. Get the latest from us, and I really love following that account because you get to see all the other things happening in the area too, all the great little prep coverage we see from the newspapers and other prep superfans and broadcasters. So there it is at VPS game time. As I was mentioning, the band here in full force. I don't think they come out to all the games, but they definitely make it out to the rivalry games. And of course, this is the big one for both of these schools. Last night, the boys played over there at Hudson's Bay, and the great video production crew at Hudson's Bay High School brought that game to you live. And if you want to watch that on replay, it's available on their YouTube channel. Do a little Googling, and you can watch that game. Interior pass to Bond. She almost goes up with it, doesn't. Stevens kind of trying to force her way in, draws the blocking foul. That's a tough one there for Cruz because she was in a pretty good position and Stevens lowered the shoulder, but the officials felt those feet were still moving and she hadn't established position yet. Here's the interior pass to Bond. Stevens with a lot of time, and that one's in and out. Bond with the board. Stevens another opportunity. This time she takes it from short off the front iron. That ball's out of bounds. It's going to be out to Fort Vancouver. So Bay with the press again. Another good job of breaking it from Fort. Saw a little confusion early in the first quarter, but they've had no problem with it since. There's Clark looking for her shot. She swings it up top. Back to Clark with a good pump fake, gets to the rack, puts it up hard, she draws the foul. It's one of those things, you know, we haven't seen Clark make a jump shot yet, but she's taken several, and even when you don't make shots, the fact that you're willing to take them and you clearly can make them forces that defense out. She pump fakes past the defender who thought she was going to take another jump shot and gets to the basket. So just smart basketball there out of Clark. She misses the first. That's one of the shortest free throw routines I've ever seen. She comes up short on the second one. Here comes Bay. Good little hesitation there out of Bond, and she draws the foul. Clark kind of got her across the face there, it looked like. Bond splashes the first. Misses the second. Another jump ball, wow. Calamafone got the board but got tied up. So Fort Vancouver with possession here, looking to break that press again. So no trap coming. Calamafone looking for a little help. Nowhere to go there. She pivots or almost past the 10. Yep, there's a 10 count. So Hudson's Bay didn't force a steal, but still forced the turnover with that pressure defense. And that's one of the problems when you're trying to break that press of getting it to your posts. They're just not as confident with the dribble, and they're going to have a hard time getting that ball across the timeline without some help. Kicks it out to Johnson Brown. Back to Bond. One more pass. There's a three-pointer. That's off the back iron. Bay with the board. Mady with the board there. Or excuse me, that was Shakira Gonzalez. There's a three-pointer. That's off the back iron. No good. April Cruz with the rebound. She faces some pressure in the backcourt. Dribbles past it. Kicks it up ahead to Clark. A trapper goes down. Here's Clark again with a nice crossover. She goes up for the jump shot off the back iron. And there's a foul on Natalie Weinmaster. Here's Johnson Brown looking to make the interior pass, not there. Into Stevens. Stevens drops it. A lot of contact in that shot. No call, but she does get the bucket, and it's 9-4 Hudson's Bay. That's an errant pass. Johnson Brown with the pickoff. They've got a 3-on-1 if they want it. She does a little crossover, dip-de-doo, and that is good. Johnson Brown with a chance for the and one. So 11-4 Hudson's Bay. Johnson Brown to the line for one more. And she's got it. Nothing but net on that free throw. And here's that trap again. Long inbounds pass. Cruz can't handle it. It's a tough one for Fort there because if she did come down with that, nobody was between her and the basket. Johnson Brown again. She kicks it out to the corner. Back to Johnson Brown. There's a three-point attempt, and there's a front iron shot. Cruz kicks it ahead to Clark. Clark on the dribble drive. She tries to Euro step. Call the charge. They called the charge. Yeah, good bit of defense there. The defender was set. I'm not sure if we're going to see that on the replay, but the basket is no good. So the score on your screen says 12-6. It is 12-4. We'll get that fixed here in just a sec. So Fort with the trap now. Good bit of pressure defense from Clark. Saves it, but can't quite keep it in bounds. Back in the game comes Bond, and out comes Shakira Gonzalez. So Johnson Brown with the inbounds. There's Stevens. She kicks it out. A little bit of a scrum in the middle there. Bay's going to reset. There's a three-pointer, and there's 3 points. That's that stroke I was telling you about. Devin Johnson Brown splashes it from deep. Our first three-pointer of the night. A little pump fake from Gormley. She gets to the rack, kicks it out. A little tripping foul there. Molly Malone pump fake, got where she wanted to go and got the little hip or the knee of the defender. So back into the game is Jalea Ewing for Natalie Weinmaster. Intercepted. Miranda Gonzalez going all the way to the basket, puts up with the left hand, draws with foul. Miranda Gonzalez goes coast to coast with the pick and the score. So she's going to look for a three-point play here, and the Eagles are breaking this game out, 17-4. She comes up short, and that'll be trapper ball. Of course, you have to hit something on the rim. Here's the inbound to Malone. Back to Clark. Into a scrum, and here comes Hudson's Bay back on the attack. Stevens crosses it over, no good. Gormley with the rebound. Up ahead to Ewing, she can't handle the pass. And here comes Bay again. No advantage. Good little pump fake there out of Gonzalez. She puts it up short. Took an elbow to the ribs there, she's saying, but no call. Now ball's off Hudson's Bay. I mean, you see the formula for success here for Hudson's Bay. That trap is just a killer. So even if they're not forcing turnovers or 10 counts like we've seen a couple of times, they're forcing a tired Fort Vancouver offense to try to function. So as I mentioned, it's 17-4. And of course, these teams will play one more time this year. I'm pretty sure we have that one on our schedule, although we might not have that one. We might have the boys that week. We obviously try to balance the boys and the girls evenly, and we're doing the girls this week. So now as I'm thinking about it, yes, we're doing the boys the next time these two teams face off. We do have 4 more games this year for you. Excuse me, 3 more after this one. We're going to see next week Columbia River versus these Trappers, so another fun crosstown Vancouver Public Schools rivalry. And hey folks, as you may have heard, there is a levy election coming up on February 14th. It is a renewal education and operations levy. It pays for teachers, extracurricular activities like sports that you see down here right now. It helps pay for school safety and security. It pays for a whole bunch of things. It's not a new tax, it simply replaces the one you're already paying, and that's going to be on that February 14th Valentine's Day ballot. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you need more information, certainly go to the Vancouver Public Schools website, vansd.org. We'll have a little more information from that on that levy for you coming up at halftime as well to get just a few more details than I was able to rattle off there. So here's Johnson Brown with the inbound pass to Stevens. She's looking to do her thing. She goes up with the left. Sweet move. Stevens with a nice drop step. Peels off the defender and drops it in. Here's Gormley with the jump shot off the glass and good. She wanted the call, didn't get it, but she did get 2 points. So her second bucket of the night. And it's 19-6 Hudson's Bay. Tap there by Malone, couldn't come down with it. Here's Stevens, she pump fakes, jump shot, no good. And Ewing with the rebound looking for a little help. She almost turns it over, but that ball goes off of Gonzalez. So one thing I just realized there is Stevens is a righty. She shot that jump shot with her right hand. We've seen her finish with that left hand a couple of times. It's such a valuable skill to have, especially in high school basketball, to use both hands at the rim. So again, I was talking earlier about someone who you can tell they've shot a lot. Well, you can tell she's played a lot of basketball to know to do that and have such good touch with it. So here's Gormley. Back out to Kel on the phone. She's looking for somebody, and Johnson Brown takes that ball away, and it's pulled right back by Clark, and she's fouled. So 2:45 here left in the second quarter. 19-6 Hudson's Bay. And we are in the penalty, so Clark will shoot 1 and 1. Back in the game, Miranda Gonzalez. These teams really, you can see in the substitution pattern how much work these kids are doing down there on the court with those presses, because they're coming in and out pretty quickly. Off the back iron, and Johnson Brown with the rebound. Well, she's got an open man down court. Easy pickings for Gonzalez. Now we have 2 Gonzalez's on the roster. That was Miranda Gonzalez, not Shakira Gonzalez. It's 21-6 Hudson's Bay. Hopefully you can hear that band rocking. Sometimes when you do play-by-play by yourself, you gotta let the band take it for a minute. Hey folks, as you see on your screen, the district's magnet programs are now accepting applications. Every VPS high school student is eligible for every program. You can attend open houses, you can apply now, you can get a whole bunch of information at vansd.org. At Fort Vancouver High School, they actually have several magnet programs that are pretty great. The culinary arts program, medical arts, they've got the careers and education program, and that doesn't even include special programs. And they also have advanced manufacturing, which we used to call welding. So there's a lot of programs here. Over at Hudson's Bay, they have construction trades, which is a pretty cool program that's relatively new, where kids get to do every part of the construction process. There's a 3 from Clark, and that is sweet. So Clark finally gets that 3 to go, and it's 21-9. Hudson's Bay all the way to the basket for Gonzalez, and she drops it in. That's the other Gonzalez, Shakira Gonzalez. That could be a tough basket coming off that baseline, and she uses her right hand and flips it right up off the glass. Gormley with a little crossover, trying to get in the lane, kicks it down to Clark, out to Ewing. She takes the mid-range jump shot. That ball's off. Bond with the board. Johnson Brown looking to make something happen. Not getting a lot of movement out of that Bay offense. Here we go, starting to it. Clark comes up with the ball. She's got a man ahead. If she sees her, she draws the foul, and she's going to go to the line for 1 and 1. So this is how Fort Vancouver is going to get back in there. So they're going to do to Hudson's Bay what Hudson's Bay is doing to them, which is press that ball, play high-pressure defense, force turnovers, and get to the rack. I mean, we've seen Hudson's Bay do it, and Fort can do it too. So off the back iron for Clark. Great rebound out of Ewing, but she comes up short on the putback. All the way to the basket for Gonzalez off the glass. So here's Gormley. Good bit of defense there. Gonzalez gets out there to break that one up. So another Eagles foul, which is going to be more free throws for Clark. So hopefully the Trappers here are going to be able to take advantage of some of these free throws. They're not shooting a good percentage tonight, and it's missed opportunities, especially when you're not getting to the basket as you'd like. So she banks that one in. That's what you got to do. It's a swish in the book, you know what I mean? High archer, no good. Ewing with the board. She kicks it out, back out to Clark. Little floater off the back iron. Ewing another rebound. She puts it up high and up and over. That's a tough one. Tried to go high off the glass. Excuse me, that wasn't Ewing. That was Kalamofon. But good offensive basketball here out of the Trappers. Bond brings it up the court. Now we've seen Promise Bond before. She also is an accomplished volleyball player. We had the opportunity to broadcast some of her games this fall. Great interior pass to Johnson Brown, and she draws the foul. Johnson Brown with the smart cut. Gonzalez with her eyes up, hits her right in stride, and she draws the foul, and it's going to go to the line for 2. Awfully quiet in here. Oh, I hear a couple of screams. There we go. She's off the back iron, but she gets it. Little friendly shooter's touch there. And that one is off the back iron. Clark tracks it down. Deep three-pointer, no good. Just enough time here for Hudson's Bay to push it ahead. Gonzalez swings it out. Oh, had a teammate, but just put it right behind her. So 1 second here, we're going to get a desperation heave, and then we are going to go to halftime. When we do get to halftime, make sure you stay tuned. We've got some information on that bond, plus information about those magnet programs I talked about and more. So make sure you stay tuned for that. At the half, it is Hudson's Bay 24, Fort Vancouver 10. So a competitive game so far, but Fort Vancouver needing to talk things over at halftime and figure out how to break that press and score some easy opportunities. See a lot of tired athletes walking off the court here. So I am going to step aside. We are going to see some of those videos I mentioned to you, some of that great information about Vancouver Public Schools, and we will be back to you in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned. What do you want to do with your future? Is college the next step? How about what do you want to do with your future? Is college the next step? How about a trade? You can explore it all in the district's magnet programs and programs of choice. Any VPS student can apply to any magnet or program of choice. You're not limited to your neighborhood school, and many programs offer transportation to make sure that you can class. Welcome inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Bohl. The next school year is a long time from now, but it's time to start planning. We're at the beginning of the application period for magnet programs and programs of choice, so we wanted to share what programs VPS offers and how to apply. You can learn a lot about our magnets and programs of choice on the VPS website, along with transportation options, but the best way is to attend open houses for the programs that catch your eye. These are happening right now, so check the district calendar for dates and times. But how will you know which pathway is right for you? Well, it really depends on what your interests are and what you see yourself doing after high school. Students interested in science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM, will have a few options. Vancouver iTech Preparatory is a STEM school focusing on project-based learning and serves students in grades 6 through 12. The Skyview Science, Math, and Technology Department offers a wide range of STEM courses from beginning to advanced. If health science is your thing, Fort Vancouver's program teaches students about athletic medicine and medical arts. Columbia River's International Baccalaureate program is a worldwide honors program that offers a career pathway and a college pathway. Now, if you're looking for a trade, Fort Vancouver's Advanced Manufacturing and Hudson's Bay's Construction Trades programs can give you a jump start on well-paying careers. So too can Fort Vancouver's Culinary Arts program, where you will train under professional chefs. Do you want to be a teacher? Fort Vancouver's Careers in Education magnet prepares students to work in a variety of education settings. If you're serious about art, music, or performing arts, you may want to check out Vancouver School of Arts and Academics, which is open to students in grades 6 through 12. And for motivated students who want to learn in a project-based setting with small school environment, the Flex Academy may be for you. To apply, go to our website, vansd.org/choices. You will see a button there that will take you to the online application form, and there you'll need to enter a parent email, address, and student ID. Many programs also require a teacher or counselor recommendation, so it's best to start working on this early to give them time to complete their recommendations before the deadline. It's also important to know that applying at any time before the deadline gives you the same chance of being accepted into a program, so it's not too late as long as the application period is still open. Now, I know we just threw a lot at you, but again, the district website has information on each of these programs and how to apply. The open house dates and application dates vary, so make sure you check the district calendar so you don't miss out. And again, any VPS student can apply to a program. You're not limited to your neighborhood school, and transportation may be provided. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Until next time, I'm Nick Bohl.
Vancouver Public Schools is dedicated to delivering every student a well-rounded, high-quality education, a safe school environment, and resources to ensure they have every opportunity for success. Our local levy dollars bridge funding gaps in order for VPS to offer programs and services that help our students succeed.
In February, voters will be asked if they would like to renew the Education and Operations Levy.
Let's take a closer look at some facts about the levy.
The local levy makes up 12.5% of the district's budget. Although the district is primarily funded by the state, there's not enough money coming from Olympia to deliver what our community actually wants from its schools. That's where the local levy comes in. The E&O levy would pay to maintain the current level of services available for 4 years, from 2024 to 2027. It's not a new tax, it simply replaces the levy you're currently paying.
Every school in the district benefits from the levy. It pays for basic services and staffing that's unfunded or underfunded by the state.
That includes special education, classroom programs, and programs of choice, additional teachers to maintain class sizes, nurses, counselors, mental health professionals, and general support staff, the people outside the classroom who keep our schools running smoothly, safety and security staff, family community resource centers, sports and other extracurricular activities, building maintenance.
Without local levy dollars, all of these services for students would be reduced or potentially eliminated. So how much does the Education and Operations Levy cost? The estimated rate is $1.99 per $1,000 of assessed property value.
The election is set for Valentine's Day, February 14th. Look for your ballots to arrive in the mail sometime after the new year.
For more information on the Education and Operations Levy, visit vansd.org/levy.
The action on the field is intense.
Edwards back to pass, rushed, but
Nice
tosses
throw.
one up and caught. Touchdown.
Nice throw.
Just as intense is the action behind the cameras and in the control room. Students from across Vancouver Public Schools were selected to broadcast 4 football state championship games. Welcome inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Vole. VPS Game Time, the district-wide sports broadcasting program, partnered with the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association to bring championship football to the entire state and beyond. The result? Championship-level performances on and off the field. 14 students from Columbia River, Fort Vancouver, Hudson's Bay, and Skyview traveled north on I-5. They split up, with half the crew at Mount Tahoma High School to cover the 4A and 1B championship games, and the other half at Sparks Stadium in Puyallup to cover the 2A and 3A games.
It's a lot, and we got all the wiring, and then we got to set up all the cameras, and then the audio, and even with all the process, I still 100% think it's worth it in the end.
Guided by adult coaches, students run cameras, direct the show, run graphics, and do instant replays.
You have to be good at communication, work fast and think fast.
The Eli Sports Network handled play-by-play, but the Puyallup site also included Rivers' Ethan Wolf as a sideline reporter.
Oh, it's like, wow, how did I get here? I'm like in a good way, but it's like I'm honestly amazed to be here and really happy.
For students, this is a huge opportunity and a reward for all the work they've put in the classroom and after school, learning how to broadcast.
I took video production because I can't draw or paint, and so I thought this is a good way to be creative, and I didn't think that I would be up in Puyallup filming the state championships.
The students also know they're representing their schools.
We take a lot of pride. We do take what we do like seriously, like when the time comes. We do like to mess around a little bit on our own. But when it comes to like the work and when we start representing our school, then that's when we like hard down focus.
It's really fun. It's like something to do outside of school, and you're like learning, and you're like doing something for your school, and you're working with a bunch of people, and it's just really, I don't know, it's fun. It's great.
They also know this isn't just a class project. Tens of thousands of people around Washington and beyond are watching.
It's really big because it means a lot to me, it means a lot to the people watching, because we're putting out good quality video and good quality broadcasts, not just people recording on iPads.
This is the second state title event VPS Game Time has helped produce after last spring's state basketball tournament, and the partnership will continue moving forward, giving students from all of our schools the opportunity to showcase their skills at the highest level. Thank you so much for watching the show. Until next time, I'm Nick Vole.
What's going on?
I'm not sure what's going on.
I can only hear you in one ear.
Yeah, that's the way it's set up to be, I think. So.
Oh, medics.
Hey, can you hear me? There's some sort of medical emergency happening. Play a video. Is anyone listening? Play a video. There's a medical emergency happening. Play one of the other videos I have. One's at the bottom of the rundown.
Uh-oh.
Play one of the videos. They're right there in the rundown.
It's that time of year. Students have been working hard to prepare for winter concerts. Welcome to Work in Progress. I'm Erin Lark. Winter concerts full of holiday cheer are a part of school we all remember. Students learn the words, learn the moves, and as it turns out, they're learning a lot more, too. At Franklin Elementary, Bree Schneider's creative movement classes are full of energy and cheer. Holiday concerts are just around the bend.
So the kindergartners are doing a little song called Red and Green.
Tell me the colors of Christmas, red and green, red and green. Tell me the colors. I just forgot now. I forgot.
You forgot. Are you still practicing?
Yeah, I'm still practicing now at home.
I thought it would be good to give them a visual song that really has just 3 sections that repeat, something that they can take on that is interesting to listen to, but it's something that they can do. It's something at their level.
It is so silly that I laugh way too much.
Keeping kids focused on a song isn't easy, but Ms. Schneider is a pro. She starts her prep for the winter concert in the summer.
Because then I have to often listen to or read the sheet music and figure out where they can have instrument parts or where they can have movement parts and write that and break it down for them at the grade level appropriate things that they need.
We listen and we do what our teacher shows us.
Lesson plans include not just learning the words, but how to perform. Can you show me what your position is when you sing? Sing like that?
I usually stand up tall,
Stand up tall. Why do you have to stand up tall?
so everyone can hear me.
When the 5th graders arrive for their class, Ms. Schneider ramps things up.
So they are managing, really difficult rhythms, very high and very low notes, and a lot of teamwork.
I was following the pack, got swallowed in their coats, with scars of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go.
Live performances challenge students to get up in front of a crowd.
If we are embarrassed, it's not that big a deal because we're all doing it at the same time. We're all doing the exact same thing.
They also teach kids a universal lesson.
If you do mistakes, it's fine. You learn from mistakes and keep practicing and you'll get better.
And as Ms. Schneider points out, arts education supports all areas of learning.
When we put on a theater production, we get to see how well the kids can read and how well the kids have a grasp of their different adjectives and ways that they describe things. When they're dancing, you can see them counting and moving and working together. It totally supports the general classroom.
With the big day looming, students are looking forward to the payoff to all this work.
Well, I think my dad and mom and sister are gonna come, so I will feel excited, and I kind of enjoy like having some of my family members in it. It just makes me like more brave.
What do you think your family will say when they see your performance?
What are you planning on doing?
Great job.
There are performances coming up all over the district in December. Check in at your neighborhood school to see when, or in the calendar section of the district website, vansd.org. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Erin Lark.
Any VPS student can apply to any magnet or program of choice. You're not limited to your neighborhood school, and many programs offer transportation to make sure you can get to class. Welcome inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Vole. The next school year is a long time from now, but it's time to start planning. We're at the beginning of the application period for magnet programs and programs of choice, so we wanted to share what programs VPS offers and how to apply. You can learn a lot about our magnets and programs of choice on the VPS website, along with transportation options, but the best way is to attend open houses for the programs that catch your eye. These are happening right now, so check the district calendar for dates and times. But how will you know which pathway is right for you? Well, it really depends on what your interests are and what you see yourself doing after high school. Students interested in science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM, will have a few options. Vancouver iTech Preparatory is a STEM school focusing on project-based learning and serves students in grades 6 through 12. The Skyview Science, Math, and Technology Department offers a wide range of STEM courses from beginning to advanced. If health science is your thing, Fort Vancouver's program teaches students about athletic medicine and medical arts. Columbia River's International Baccalaureate program is a worldwide honors program that offers a career pathway and a college pathway. Now, if you're looking for a trade, Fort Vancouver's Advanced Manufacturing and Hudson's Bay's Construction Trades programs can give you a jump start on well-paying careers. So too can Fort Vancouver's Culinary Arts program, where you will train under professional chefs. Do you want to be a teacher? Fort Vancouver's Careers in Education magnet prepares students to work in a variety of education settings. If you're serious about art, music, or performing arts, you may want to check out Vancouver School of Arts and Academics, which is open to students in grades 6 through 12. And for motivated students who want to learn in a project-based setting with small school environment, the Flex Academy may be for you. To apply, go to our website, vansd.org/choices. You will see a button there that will take you to the online application form, and there you'll need to enter a parent email, address, and student ID. Many programs also require a teacher or counselor recommendation, so it's best to start working on this early to give them time to complete their recommendations before the deadline. It's also important to know that applying at any time before the deadline gives you the same chance of being accepted into a program, so it's not too late as long as the application period is still open. Now, I know we just threw a lot at you, but again, the district website has information on each of these programs and how to apply. The open house dates and application dates vary, so make sure you check the district calendar so you don't miss out. And again, any VPS student can apply to a program. You're not limited to your neighborhood school, and transportation may be provided. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Until next time, I'm Nick Vole. All right, guys, so you may have noticed, this is Hudson, I'm Nick.
Hey.
You may have noticed that halftime should be over by now. The second half should be starting. There is a medical emergency happening in the stands below us. So we are waiting. The paramedics are bringing in a stretcher now. They're going to help this person get the medical care they need. And then we will have a second half of basketball for you. So make sure you stay tuned. But we are, of course, waiting until this person can be taken care of. And, of course, we wish them the best. So we're going to watch another video while we wait. And thanks for watching. Right now it's 24-10 Hudson's Bay. The second half is around the corner. We will have a warm-up period, I'm sure, for these teams to get loosened up for the second half. And then we'll be back to you with more great high school basketball action. So check this video out. The action on the field is intense.
Edwards back to pass, rushed, but
Nice
tosses
throw.
one up and caught. Touchdown.
Nice throw.
Just as intense is the action behind the cameras and in the control room. Students from across Vancouver Public Schools were selected to broadcast 4 football state championship games. Welcome inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Vole. VPS Game Time, the district-wide sports broadcasting program, partnered with the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association to bring championship football to the entire state and beyond. The result? Championship-level performances on and off the field. 14 students from Columbia River, Fort Vancouver, Hudson's Bay, and Skyview traveled north on I-5. They split up, with half the crew at Mount Tahoma High School to cover the 4A and 1B championship games, and the other half at Sparks Stadium in Puyallup to cover the 2A and 3A games.
It's a lot, and we got all the wiring, and then we got to set up all the cameras, and then the audio, and even with all the process, I still 100% think it's worth it in the end.
Guided by adult coaches, students run cameras, direct the show, run graphics, and do instant replays.
You have to be good at communication, work fast and think fast.
The Eli Sports Network handled play-by-play, but the Puyallup site also included Rivers' Ethan Wolf as a sideline reporter.
Oh, it's like, wow, how did I get here? I'm like in a good way, but it's like I'm honestly amazed to be here and really happy.
For students, this is a huge opportunity and a reward for all the work they've put in the classroom and after school, learning how to broadcast.
I took video production because I can't draw or paint, and so I thought this is a good way to be creative, and I didn't think that I would be up in Puyallup filming the state championships.
The students also know they're representing their schools.
We take a lot of pride. We do take what we do like seriously, like when the time comes. We do like to mess around a little bit on our own. But when it comes to like the work and when we start representing our school, then that's when we like hard down focus.
It's really fun. It's like something to do outside of school, and you're like learning, and you're like doing something for your school, and you're working with a bunch of people, and it's just really, I don't know, it's fun. It's great.
They also know this isn't just a class project. Tens of thousands of people around Washington and beyond are watching.
It's really big because it means a lot to me, it means a lot to the people watching, because we're putting out good quality video and good quality broadcasts, not just people recording on iPads.
This is the second state title event VPS Game Time has helped produce after last spring's state basketball tournament, and the partnership will continue moving forward, giving students from all of our schools the opportunity to showcase their skills at the highest level. Thank you so much for watching the show. Until next time, I'm Nick Vole.
Vancouver Public Schools is dedicated to delivering every student a well-rounded, high-quality education, a safe school environment, and resources to ensure they have every opportunity for success. Our local levy dollars bridge funding gaps in order for VPS to offer programs and services that help our students succeed.
In February, voters will be asked if they would like to renew the Education and Operations Levy.
Let's take a closer look at some facts about the levy.
The local levy makes up 12.5% of the district's budget. Although the district is primarily funded by the state, there's not enough money coming from Olympia to deliver what our community actually wants from its schools. That's where the local levy comes in. The E&O levy would pay to maintain the current level of services available for 4 years, from 2024 to 2027. It's not a new tax, it simply replaces the levy you're currently paying.
Every school in the district benefits from the levy. It pays for basic services and staffing that's unfunded or underfunded by the state.
That includes special education, classroom programs, and programs of choice, additional teachers to maintain class sizes, nurses, counselors, mental health professionals, and general support staff, the people outside the classroom who keep our schools running smoothly, safety and security staff, family community resource centers, sports and other extracurricular activities, building maintenance.
Without local levy dollars, all of these services for students would be reduced or potentially eliminated. So how much does the Education and Operations Levy cost? The estimated rate is $1.99 per $1,000 of assessed property value.
The election is set for Valentine's Day, February 14th. Look for your ballots to arrive in the mail sometime after the new year.
For more information on the Education and Operations Levy, visit vansd.org/levy.
Wow, that's taking a lot of minutes off the game. Are they going to even go back?
Yeah, the teams are getting ready to warm up down there, so we should.
Oh, they haven't cornered like that. That's not good. Oh, that's not.
a broken arm, you think?
Yeah. At least minimal broken arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
10 minutes.
8:30? Yeah, we won't be out till 9:30 at least.
Well, if people need to leave, that's understandable. We can scale back.
Well, if the camera op has to leave, I'll just leave.
Good idea.
So we'll have announcers and everything, right? For
Say what?
is Eli Sports doing it too? Are they gonna be broadcasting for us? I mean, I'll be
Oh,
broadcasting.
yeah, at the state. Yeah. They'll be the announcers. It'll be just like this.
So kind of like for the commentary, I need like Fort got a point. You would say it, and I would say like.
So, yeah, your job is to analyze what we just saw.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm getting texts from the people that broadcast us to making sure that so.
So we would be there.
Welcome back, folks. As you may have figured out, there was a very lengthy delay at halftime. There was a medical emergency in the stands. The paramedics had to come in and assist the woman out. So we took some time to watch some videos. We do have some highlights, I'm told, coming up for you here in a moment for the first half. And of course, the clock is counting down here. And here's some highlights. A tough finish on the crossover. Well, that was the charging call, actually. Great bit of defense there by Hudson's Bay. The beautiful three there from Johnson Brown. And that wonderful touch out of Clark as well. We talked about her shooting touch. So at halftime, it is 24-10. We are at the start of the third quarter. A late night for our crew, but they're doing a fantastic job. I'm Nick Vole, and I'm happy to be with you here at Fort Vancouver High School for a VPS Game Time production of Greater St. Helens League basketball. These two crosstown rivals had a physical first half. The defense led the way for Hudson's Bay, holding the Lady Trappers to only 10 points. And they're going to look to extend that here, and we are off and running. The ball swings it out to Gonzalez. She doesn't want to take the shot. Out to Bond. Lobs it inside. Beautiful pass to Stevens, and she lays it in. Promise Bond had that one on a rope and put it right where it needed to be. 26-10. Good looking jump shot. Wow, yeah, great bit of inside out basketball. Georgiana Kalamafong with the jump shot, little jab step jumper. And here comes Bay right back at it. Here Stevens, nobody stops her, so she cruises in, misses the layup. Bay, here's Winemaster with the jump shot. That's off the back iron. And Stevens pulls down the rebound. So, folks, our graphics are still not quite doing the thing they're supposed to do, but we do have someone back there keeping track of the score. We will probably not have the clock for you the rest of the game, but we do have the score, and I'll try to keep you up to date on what the time remaining is throughout. So April Cruz kicks it out. Clark with the long three. That comes up short. She kind of got sandwiched at the end of that play. It's going to be Hudson's Bay ball. Now, folks, I've done, I want to say 50 basketball games for VPS Game Time over the years. I'm kind of the fallback announcer when we don't have somebody else to do it. And I don't have a catchphrase yet, so I'm going to try one out tonight. I'm not going to tell you what it is, and I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do it or even what it means. I'm just going to use it. If you like it, and if you know what it is and recognize it, you know, go on to the Twitter account at VPS Game Time and tell me if it stinks or tell me if it's good. I'm just trying to come up with something here. I feel like this many games I should have a catchphrase. So I'm going to try one out tonight. It's a thing that my son has been saying around the house. He's 5, so that tells you the level of intellectual thought that's going into this. Anyway, I'm just putting that out there. 26-12 Eagles. The timeout is over. 6:21 left here in the third period. And Hudson's Bay with the inbounds here. Devin Johnson-Brown looking to push it inside, cuts back one defender into 3 others, drops it up, and they call her for the travel. She took the long step, and the official said it was one too many. So here comes April Cruz pushing the ball up. Thought about it. Here's Cruz, gets by one defender, stops and pops. That's off the back iron. Kalamafon nearly with the rebound, tips it back, and here comes Hudson's Bay. Johnson Brown for three. That's off the front iron. Great rebound by Promise Bond. She crashes the board. One of the smallest players on the court. Out to Gonzalez. That left-handed three. It's off the back iron. No good. And here comes Hudson's Bay on the fast break. Sweet left-handed. Oh, does not go. That got every bit of iron and couldn't land. And Hudson's Bay comes out with it. Molly Malone with a great hustle play, and that ball just would not drop. It's out of Stevens. Stevens with the step back three. That's long. Winemaster with the board. Looking for a little help from her guards. Outlet to Clark. She's got a 2-on-1 break. She puts it up herself, goes coast to coast and drops it in. Trayan Clark showing the nifty footwork there to sidestep around that defender. Gets that wide open for Gonzalez. That lefty three is off the front iron. Bond with another rebound. Not afraid to get her hands dirty and draws the foul. So Promise Bond mixing it up inside with the tall first. She's going to go to the line. Oh, got every bit of iron on that one, but not any net. That one all net. So 1 out of 2 there for Promise Bond, and it's 27-14 Hudson's Bay with 4:45 left here in the third quarter. Good little crossover there from Cruz, but she gets it taken away by Bond. Now it's a 1-on-1 break for Gonzalez. She stops and pops the little defender, no good. And Clark with the board. Kicks it ahead to Malone. And Bond on the foul. I gotta say, you know, during that extended break, the Fort Vancouver band really stepped up in a big way, playing some music. I haven't heard them play in a couple years. I gotta say, they are a very good high school pep band. Got some Louie Louie. Got some of the other classic songs. Winemaster with a little crossover. Oh, Bond takes that ball away, and here comes Hudson's Bay, 2-on-1. Up ahead to Gonzalez. She's going to flip it up. Yes. Evaded the defender, used that left hand, and used her body to protect the ball. Great finish out of Gonzalez there. Now she takes it away. Miranda Gonzalez controlling things here in the third quarter for Hudson's Bay. Johnson Brown. That ball off the side of the backboard. Not what Shakira Gonzalez wanted. So into the game, Emma Mady for Hudson's Bay. And into the game, Athena Gormley and Jalea Ewing for Fort Vancouver. See that finish there, great little replay angle. While we were in that replay angle, Gormley with the turnover saw some pressure and dribbled it out of bounds. So here comes Hudson's Bay. They are up 29-14 with 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Interior pass to Stevens. Oh, great little hesitation move. She drops it in over her right shoulder. Stevens showing a lot of finesse here tonight. So Fort Vancouver calls the timeout with 3:16 here left in the third period. As I mentioned earlier tonight, we do have a student crew here working the game. As always, we're represented by Fort Vancouver High School, Hudson's Bay High School, and Skyview High School. I love it when we get so many different schools all working together, the students getting to know each other. We will do what we call crew cam here at the end of the third period. You get a chance to see some of these great student teammates working together. We always like to put them on TV, give them the credit they deserve. This interior pass. Watch this move. She pump fakes right and then goes nice and high over that right shoulder. That is an unblockable shot, using her body to protect the ball and using her feet really well to create that space. Stevens, a pretty impressive night speaking of recognizing these students, the students we have in our program, and you probably saw at halftime, we played that video a couple times because of the delay. Our student crew went up to Tacoma, broadcasted 4 state championship football games from 2 different sites. The school board recognized these students at Tuesday's meeting, gave them some certificates. The WIA, who sponsors, of course, athletics in Washington, who runs athletics in Washington, came down to honor them as well. And it was pretty cool to see them get their pictures taken and hear some nice things said about them and see the school board recognize the hard work these students are putting in. There's another jump ball. I was there, of course, and was told sort of at the last minute I was going to have to give a little speech, which I did not prepare for, so hopefully I did the kids justice. So here's April Cruz. Kicks it out. Now this is the first time I believe we've seen Fatima Juara tonight. She's in the ball game for Fort Vancouver wearing number 25. And that ball's going to stay here. Now Juara is only a freshman. But I don't know if she's on the JV roster. It looks like she is, so she only has a certain amount of time to play with the varsity. So I'm guessing this is why we've only seen her now. Wide open 3. That ball is off. A good hustle from Stevens trying to save that one off of Cruz, but couldn't stay in bound herself. April Cruz against the pressure from Gonzalez, picks it up. Out to Clark. Clark looks inside to Malone. Out to Juara. She swings it back out to Clark. Clark with the jump shot. Sing it, Grandpa. That ball's good. So here's Johnson Brown. Kicks it into Stevens again. The beast in the post. She is blocked. Another little bit of great footwork there out of Stevens, though. She feels the pressure on her left hip, uses that pivot foot to spin to her right. Kind of a strange play, kind of threw me here. Fort trying to make a substitution during the dead ball, but the horn blew after the ball was inbounded. The official stopping the game here to allow the substitution. Coach Hinton pretty adamant that she had asked for it before the restart of play. There's a 3-pointer from Stevens. That ball's off the back iron. Gonzalez, another rebound, kicks it in. Ball no good out of the post from Mady. Cruz against the pressure out to Malone. Malone with a little pump fake, attempts to get past, nowhere to go. There's a jump shot out of the corner from the freshman, no good. Rebound to Califone. Here's another jump shot. This one's, in and out. No hesitation to shoot from Juara, Fatima Juara with the 2 corner threes. This valuable varsity playing time for a freshman. Taking advantage. So Clark on the inbound. Into Cruz. She's attempting to spin into something, nowhere to go. A long time in the key there, but she gets the shot up. Good save. Oh, they're saying it's out off Hudson's Bay. I guess Stevens was on the line. So 31-16, a minute and a half left here in the third quarter. Looks like there's a timeout for Hudson's Bay. A little disorganization on offense, so Coach Gleason says, hey, let's pull it together and figure out where we're going here. 1:16 left here in the third quarter. You can hear that great band going. A little bit of swing for us tonight. We heard some Zoot Suit Riot earlier tonight. One of the great things about high school basketball and high school sports in general is just how it brings everything together. So you've got the sports team out there. You've got the band up here rocking it. The cheerleaders down there doing their thing. We've got a student section down here watching and supporting the Trappers. And Hudson's Bay traveled a pretty decent-sized group of students here to the game tonight. Now, from our angle, you see the teams on the court, of course. Behind them, you see those red bleachers. Nobody sits on that side, so it looks like nobody's here, but all the fans are on our side with the cameras. It's kind of deceiving there. Pretty fun crowd tonight. The Trappers break the huddle there. And Gonzalez inbounds it to Gonzalez. Swinging it around. That ball ping-pong around. Somebody's going to get open, and there's Brown Johnson. She beats the shot clock, but can't get it in. Stevens with the board goes up strong, and she draws the foul. She's going back to the line. So Alana Stevens putting in the work. She'll be going to line for 2. Nothing but net from Stevens. One of the things I love too about this rivalry between Hudson's Bay and Fort Vancouver is how intertwined these two school communities are. These kids all know each other. A lot of them went to middle school together. They just happen to go to different high schools now. So the families know each other, and you just see a lot of smiles, and even, you know, with people from different colors, you know, somewhere in red, somewhere in black, a lot of smiles, and it's kind of fun to see just, you know, good-natured competition at the high school level. Which isn't to say they can't get chippy, because I've seen that happen a lot too. But 36 seconds left here in the third quarter, and Hudson's Bay brings that ball up. Now there is a shot clock in high school, so they do have to get a shot up here. And they inbound it to Stevens. Great cut, great finish, great find by Gonzalez. That's good offense right there from Hudson's Bay. Stevens saw the opening, flashed to it, got the ball, and finished. Cruz looking for some help. Nobody open, kicks it inside to the freshman, can't wrap it up. Big scrum on the floor, and another jump ball. Juara made the right cut, but that defender stepped right into the path of that ball and knocked it away. So 5.5 seconds left here for Hudson's Bay to try to get the ball down court and get a shot up. Malone deflects it, steals it. Last second shot, no good from Clark. Buzzer beater. Fatima Juara pulls down the rebound, goes high off the glass. Finishes the third quarter with a bang for Fort Vancouver. So that's a great way to finish that quarter for Fort Vancouver as they look to try to come back here in the fourth. So as I mentioned, I don't know if we're going to get to it here at the end of the third quarter. We typically do what we call crew cam. Take a look at all the kids working on the production tonight. We've got 3 here in the gymnasium, and we've got more, I believe 3 right now back in the control room. We had a 4th student here as well, but he had to go because we got so late. I'm not sure if our director's going to get an opportunity to show us those shots or not. Well, either way, we'll try to do it here before the end of the game. It's fun to get these folks on screen. Hey, there we go. You see Hudson there, kind of right next to the man. The camera's in front of his face. Hopefully he'll stick his face out and show it to us. And there's Keenan, Fort Vancouver student, who's here with us for the first time tonight. Thanks for coming out tonight, Keenan. And there's our studio crew hard at work, Sam and Dina and Zach. Back in the control room here at Fort Vancouver. Good job, guys. Thanks for getting yourselves on TV. My favorite part of the night. Cruz against the pressure defense, looking for some help. Cruz into traffic, nowhere to go. Stevens just sort of standing there. That's a tough one because I think Winemaster sort of cut to that spot, brought the defender over, but not knowing Cruz was going to drive there. So here's the inbound. No good for Cruz. Another big board for Promise Bond. She gets up. Here's Stevens. Just waiting for a little help. Bond with the screen. I love how that Bond doing all the big person stuff. She's tiny. Sets the screen, rolls to the basket. Great block. Trian Clark rolls over and swats that one. And so here's the inbound. Stevens cuts down, not there, kicks it out to Gonzalez. She with the pump fake all the way to the basket. This one's blocked. Follow-up is good. Devin Johnson Brown drops that one in from 6 feet. Winemaster out to Malone. She dribbles it out of the corner. That ball's deflected by guess who? Promise Bond. Another jump ball. So Bond everywhere tonight. Got the mint green and black colorways on the sneakers there. Got a substitution for Fort here. Back into the game is Athena Gormley. Johnson Brown, a one-person press breaker. Good effort by Malone to draw the foul. Doesn't get the call. And here comes Fort Vancouver. Bond steals it right back. Gonzalez into Stevens, drops it in, nice and easy. Good heads-up play there. Miranda Gonzalez with the vision. April Cruz kicks it out to Malone. She pumps fakes, gets it back to Cruz. Cruz around, that one's blocked. Shakira Gonzalez gets the block there, and then a lot of bodies on the floor here. So third team foul, 6:07 here left in the game. Hudson's Bay up 20 now. Gormley nearly goes over the bag, but stays on her side of the court. Good footwork there. Out to Clark, into Malone in the corner. She dribbles it out. Tapped out of bounds by Stevens. So the score on your screen is 2 points behind. It is 38-18 Hudson's Bay. There we go. Gormley now looking to go somewhere with the ball. She accidentally gets it off of her own knee. Here comes Gonzalez, out to Gonzalez. Shakira Gonzalez with the soft touch at the rim, no good. Miranda Gonzalez kicks it inside to Brown. Johnson Brown, sweet left hand. That is off the back iron. Another board for Gonzalez inside. She is getting manhandled. Johnson Brown with the step through, puts it up soft. Does not get the bounce, and April Cruz with the rebound in the bows. Now, no call there, but Cruz was swinging those elbows and caught Miranda Gonzalez in the ribs, and she didn't like it very much. And there's a foul. You can see Miranda there, Alana Stevens there asking for the elbow call. .5:03 left here in the fourth quarter, 38-18 Hudson's Bay. Cruz banging inside, kicks it back out. Gormley out to Fatima. She shoots the three. That's off the glass. Sing it, Grandpa. And we got a timeout. So now that's a strategic timeout there by Coach Alexis Gleason, because she's talking to the official. You can see her right there on your screen. Her couple of her players got some elbows in the ribs, and she's just asking for those calls. But, you know, it's hard in games like this because it's physical on both sides of the basketball. So it's one of those things where if you call every elbow, some highlights here. There's the 3 off the glass for Fatima Jawara. If you call every bit of contact, just the game bogs down. So it's really hard for the officials to kind of set that level of what they're calling and what they're not calling. Especially in a game like this where there's so much pressure. There's just a lot of collisions on that on-ball pressure. So 4:46 left here, and folks, as I mentioned earlier, if you're on Twitter, look us up. We are at VPS Game Time. We love to share great news from around our area, great sports news from high school. We share our schedule. Sometimes we'll share some highlights, let you know when we're playing. We just love to get those followers, get that interaction, and also really see the other stuff that other local broadcasters are doing and try to spread the word on high school sports in our area. So 38-21 here, Hudson's Bay, 4:40 left. Miss Stevens. She pulls it out. Takes the big screen from Mady. She's going to stop and pop for 3. That ball short. Bond goes into the wall trying to save it, but that's going to be Fort Vancouver basketball. So Stevens having a big night. Thought she might try her hand to the 3. Came up short. Here's Fatima Jawara, the freshman. Out to Clark. Clark takes the screen. Weinmaster rolls to the basket. Had it open for a sec. Now she's on the ground. Kicks it out to Clark. Clark for 3. Off the front iron. Johnson Brown pushes it ahead. Shakira Gonzalez thought about the 3, decided not to. Try to get into Bond. She comes over the back of Clark, one of those no calls we talked about. You got to decide what's a foul and what's just incidental contact. Fatima Jawara turns that ball over and Bond comes up with a steal, kicks it out to Stevens. Now Hudson Bay in no rush offensively. Trying to get a good shot here. Hold on to that 17-point lead. Johnson Brown takes the screen, kicks it out, wide open shooter in the corner. That's Gonzalez off the front iron. Promise Bond with the follow, no good. So we got a substitution here for Fort Vancouver, and Hudson's Bay is going to inbound it. Bond out to Stevens. Kind of holds it there at her side. Waiting for that screen. So this is the second or third time we've seen Bond come up, set that screen and roll hard to the basket. Nothing doing there though. Shakira Gonzalez with the screen. Good bit of defense out of April Cruz. She gets the deflection, kicks it right back to Bond, who turns it over, and here comes Clark. Ripped by Alana Stevens. She kicks it inside. And Cruz taps that one out of bounds. So dueling turnovers here. Great little step back. That's off the left. The footwork was there. The finish was not. So Fatima Jawara bringing the ball up. She's really given the Trappers a bit of a spark here in the second half, but this one she turns over. Gonzalez all the way with that left hand, finishes. You know where she's going to go when she goes hard to that basket. That left hand is deadly, and she puts it in. Miranda Gonzalez having a good night. And there's another deflection. She's got a one-on-one. All the way to the basket, puts it up, no good. Promise Bond with the follow. She lays it in. 2:20 left here in the fourth quarter. Hudson's Bay up 42-21. Great little interior passing and move there, but Cruz couldn't finish, and some frustration there coming out of Alana Stevens on the tie-up. So this one's going to be Hudson's Bay basketball. Devin Johnson-Brown bringing that ball up. Juara out on defense, pressuring her. Takes the screen into Bond. Bond puts up that soft runner, no good. And Stevens with another interior basket, crashes the boards and puts it up soft. Good touch out of Stevens there. Until she's been well coached as a post. Did not bring that ball down after she got the rebound. Great interior passing, no good from Clark. Mad at herself after that one. Here comes Gonzalez, kicks it across. Juara gets a hand on it. Good bit of ball handling there from Gonzalez in that she was trying to create space. .125 here left in the game. Of course, this is a late one, folks. We don't normally broadcast this late. I think we're losing crew members as the evening goes on because, you know, kids got to go to school in the morning and moms and dads are here waiting to pick them up. So we might be down to 2 cameras here, but we will soldier on. So 44-21. Hey, you know, folks, we do have another basketball game coming up next week. The same Trappers team hosting crosstown rival Columbia River High School. The Rapids, always a competitive team, always a fun team to watch, so that should be another fun basketball game. And I'm excited. We'll be joined by the superintendent of Vancouver Public Schools, Jeff Snell, who will be doing some color commentary with yours truly, as long as his schedule allows. He signed up for it, but you know, in the life of a superintendent, you get pulled left, you get pulled right. It's a big job. But he's always really great about volunteering with us and coming out and seeing these games and helping out with our broadcasts. Of course, Superintendent Snell, formerly principal here at Fort Vancouver High School, before becoming the superintendent at Camas Public Schools and then coming back to Vancouver a couple of years ago. Folks, we are having a levy election on February 14th, Valentine's Day. We, as a school district, already have a levy in place, but it is set to expire. This new levy election will be to replace that current levy, so it is not a new tax. It's a continuation of what voters and taxpayers have already approved. It pays for things like teachers, athletics, safety and security, family community resource centers, things that voters say that they want and that Olympia does not provide enough money to fund. So if you would like some more information on that, head to our website, vansd.org. You can get more on what it'll cost and where the money goes.
You see what I'm doing though?
Bit of a scrum there down on the baseline.
Always keep the hoop, but you can slide in and out just smidge in and out, okay? That makes sense?
Somebody to inbound the ball there too. Hudson's Bay putting some of the reserves in the ball game now. Bringing the ball up is Autumn Dolan-Wynn. Kicks that out to Madison Mitchell. That ball taken by April Cruz. She's got a one-on-one all the way to the basket. Here she goes. She gets bumped from behind, and she's going to go to the free throw line. So Mitchell checks into the game and commits a foul. Also in the game now for Hudson's Bay, we've got Amariana Mady. We've got Emma Mady. And we've got Cheyenne Kasinger. And April Cruz now steps to the line, shooting 2. That ball comes up short. All right, so one more now. We are just under 1 minute, 57.5 seconds left. Another short shot there from Cruz. Not gonna like that one when she watches the tape, but you know, she's played a hard game. Those legs probably are not where they were 20 minutes ago. April Cruz, interestingly, the point guard there in the middle of that 3-2 zone. There's a turnover. Here's a breakaway. Juara off the glass, no good. Kind of funny-footed that one and didn't get the touch she wanted. Those solo breakaways are a lot more pressure than you realize when you're the only one out there. You kind of overthink it sometimes, and I think that's what she did there. Jumped off the right foot, shot it with the right hand. 30 seconds left here. Hudson's Bay looking for a shot. And they called 3 in the key. So a turnover for the Eagles, and the Trappers will have one more crack at it here with 24 seconds left to go as they look to close out this game strong with the underclass crew. Actually, they've got some of their starters still out there, excuse me. That ball comes up short. Winemaster taps it, trying to get that rebound, and now there's another jump ball. So Kalamafone missed the jumper, went in and grabbed that ball and preserved the possession. 5 seconds left in our ball game tonight. 44-21 is our score. Great interior passing. Good final basket there for the Trappers. And that will do it, folks. It is 44-23. Hudson's Bay wins the rivalry game in convincing fashion. They use defense. They use some timely shooting. They use a soft touch inside from Alana Stevens. Some great hustle defense out of Promise Bond. And some steady leadership out of Devin Johnson-Brown. And they are the winners tonight, 44-23. I'm not sure if we're going to have a highlights package. If our crew in the back can let me know one way or the other, I can hold on. Otherwise, we can wrap this puppy up. It's been a late night. So 44-23 is our final score, and these teams will face off again later this season. Well, I haven't heard anything about some replays, so I'm going to go ahead and make the executive decision and wrap this puppy up. Thank you so much for watching. We know we had the long break. It is 44-23. Make sure you tune in next week when we have the Trappers versus the Rapids. And until then, I'm Nick Vole. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.